Yo, JSF, and this video really will be different. I know I said it a lot, but this video has nothing to do with gameplay for the, well, that's not completely true, but for the most part, this video is not about gameplay or anything like that, so it's going to be different and most likely a lot shorter, so, you know, shout out to that. If y'all like the shorter videos, please subscribe for more content, and a like wouldn't hurt. But anyway, if you read the title, you're probably wondering what I'm talking about. Or if you read the title, yeah, you probably are, because you're looking at these two characters on the screen, right? And you know that we're here to talk about Reptile. Now, obviously these two characters aren't Reptile. This is Shang Tsung and that's Air Black, right? But there's some of the stuff I'm gonna say is obvious, other things maybe not so much. But I really wanna, like, the point of most of my videos, right? Well, at first it was just like basically just documenting things, complaining about things, saying things I would hope get changed, and then doing guides, right? I was just doing stuff. But moreover now, I think I want NetherRealm to see my videos and actually hear me out. And like, I don't want them to see it for clout reasons, because obviously if you watch my videos, I call them idiots all the time. I say they're incompetent all the time. I talk a lot of shit about the developers of this game. So if they see my videos, they're not going to be happy. And you know, it is what it is, man. I want them to see it because I want them to listen to my suggestions and my ideas, right? I think that my ideas are pretty good, pretty solid, pretty helpful, or at least a different perspective, a fan perspective, and the perspective of a fan who's very analytical and pays attention to a lot of shit, and who just wants the games to be better, honestly. Like, why would I want this game to be bad? Like, I'm a Mortal Kombat fan. I'm a lifelong Mortal. Like, people who wonder why, oh, you always complain about this game, why do you play it so much? Why do you play it? Just play something else. Damn, I love Mortal Kombat. I grew up with Mortal Kombat. I was born in the 90s. You know what I mean? I've been, like, I remember where I saw Sub-Zero's animality for the first time as a kid. I remember, like, these are things, like, I grew up with these characters. So, that being said, obviously I love ninjas. Like good old Reptile. Like good old Reptile, who isn't in this game, but is in this game. He's even got his own crushing blow. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. But he ain't in the game. So, I wanted to talk about Reptile. Sorry for the long introduction. I wanted to talk about Reptile, the missed opportunity that they had with Reptile, what they could have done, and how they even partially worked on some Reptile like related things, and things that could work for him are already in the game, right? So first off, you know, we got Shang Tsung's slide is a nod to Reptile from MK9. And so for those of you who don't know, all of Shang Tsung's ninja moves are literally the exact same animations from MK9 with the ninjas. So that's why they all look the way they do, and they function the way they do, like why Ermac's lift functions that way instead of functioning how it did in MKX. All these animations are taken directly from MK9. Just a little fun fact for people. But basically, the first thing I wanted to talk about for Reptile was story-wise, right? Reptile is a character. I know he doesn't seem like the most loved character in the world, probably to the developers. But you know why? It's because we don't like Reptile. We don't like alligator face Reptile. We don't like, you know, we don't like amphibious Reptile. We like human Reptile. We miss human Reptile. And I mean, I might be one of the few, but I from what I see and hear from people online, I think a lot of us miss human Reptile. And human Reptile was super duper cool. Like, I know that he was just another palette swap ninja. I understand that. I totally get it. And they're all the same character model. Yeah, I get it. But he was still mad interesting because he was the one palette swap ninja who could take his fucking face off and spit acid at you. It was super cool. To me, that was really cool. You know what I mean? Like, that was the thing about Reptile, right? And I'm gonna show some pictures, some fan art and things of the like of Reptile, none of which are mine. I'm not an artist. These are all from the internet. Credit due to whoever created them. It was not me. I wish I was that talented. But just throwing that out there too, just so y'all can have some ideas of what I'm talking about, right? So yeah, we miss human Reptile. This Reptile, the guy you see doing the slide right there, we miss that. And the reason it's such a big deal to me in this game, why I feel the need to make the video about this game, because the story of this game is about time travel. And I know, you can say, oh, but in the new timeline, in MK9, Reptile was already, he already looks like a reptile in MK9. Yeah, fuck that shit. You can go back, you can go all the way back in time and say, oh, hey, this is back when Reptile used to camouflage as a human, as a regular, like when he used to look like Sub-Zero and Scorpion, right? When they all used to look damn near indistinguishable. Because in the story mode, you see Scorpion, but you don't see any of the ninjas, right? In the past, right? You don't see Noob Saibot from the past in the story mode. You don't see Sub-Zero from the past in the story mode. All you see is Scorpion, right? So if we see Reptile and he looks a lot like Scorpion, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's fucking what happened in real life. So, like, I think this was the perfect opportunity for them to say, hey, we can go back in time and bring back human Reptile, because he's been, for the past 20 years or whatever in the canon, he's been a reptile. Well, we can go back to when he was like human Reptile and bring that back, because that's what the people want. I've heard a lot of people say that. I've seen it a lot, and I've wanted it ever since I saw him in MKX. I was like, eh. Well, when I saw him in MK9, I was like, why is he so eh? But he had the human Reptile skin, right? So I would always use the human Reptile skin. He had the costume. He had the costume that looked like this. He had that costume, and we're gonna get to Aaron Black why he's here, but I think you can figure that part out. He had that skin too, right? So I would just use that. And then in MKX, they went a little overboard with it, and I was like, I don't like it. And even his MK3 skin, he still had the reptile skin, and it was like, everybody was like, yo, why doesn't he have the human skin like Ermac does, even though Ermac's fucking a gray husk of a soul of a person now. Like, you know what I mean? It was just, it feels like we've been missing out on having human Reptile for a long time. And for the people that think, oh, human Reptile can't have like some of the moves that that, you know, reptile, I don't know what to call them. I'm just calling them reptile, or alligator reptile, amphibious reptile. He can't, green reptile. He can't have some of the same moves, but he does. Look, he has the slide. That's one of his moves, right? And here's the thing: if you ever go back and look at MK3, Mortal Kombat 3 footage, when Reptile does his acid spit, he just takes his mask off. Like, you can literally just have the animation, he take his mask off and spit acid at you. Like, the slide is a Reptile staple, and you gave it to fucking Aaron Black, and then you gave Aaron Black the acid on top of it. This is a Reptile move. It's a Reptile move. It's a Reptile move. Because you're not going to give him, in MKX, he didn't have the drop kick after the slide. So they probably wouldn't give him that again, because that's literally taken from MK9. But you could give him the slide, and you EX it, he just spits the acid on the floor instead of throwing it the way Aaron Black does. He just spits it at, and then fucking you sit there, and it's literally a Reptile move. It is. And he's even got what's the input for the move? I'm gonna figure it out. Nope. There we go. He's even got acid pour. You know what I mean? Like, it's just another Reptile acid move. It's the fucking same thing. He just pours acid on you. Reptile has the fucking acid spit. You can do fucking Reptile. You can even, there's something I want to get to with that. I want to say remind me, but this ain't live, so y'all can't remind me. But nah, fuck it. Let's get to it. I had the Nether Beast strap here too, but that's a little wishy-washy. So instead of giving us Reptile, and I know what they did. I know what they gave us instead of Reptile. I didn't want it, but I guess some people did, but I didn't want it. They gave us Baraka, right? We're going to talk. And there's a reason I'm picking these characters. We going to talk about it. We going to get to it, trust me. I got a plan. Now, another thing, like what I was saying about Reptile being a human in MK9 or whatever, or when they go back in the past in MKX, he looks like, fam, they literally killed Baraka in MKX. They literally killed him. They canonically murdered Baraka in MKX in the past. And he just comes back in this game like it's nothing. So you can't tell me that they can't go back and say, oh, nah, Reptile was human back then. Like, imagine in that scene in the, what's it called? In the scene in the Coliseum where Chronica brings back all the villains from shit from the past and fucking human Reptiles there. You know how many of us would have lost our shit? Like, I'm sorry if I sound way too excited about this, but like, I've thought about this for a long time, and I'm sure somebody's probably made this video already, I just haven't seen it, I don't know, but I think it's great. I think it's fucking, it could be a huge thing. Now we got Baraka. This is who they gave us instead of Reptile, right? This is who they gave us instead. They gave us the old Jabba Baraka. Apparently, they were hyping him up when they announced him. They were hyping him up like, yeah, people wanted Baraka back, and I was like, did they? Like, people play Baraka in this game, but that's just because he's a press buttons, do hella damage ass character. People are always gonna play that character no matter who they are. If you tell me this is the fucking I wanna lunge forward and fucking and I'm gonna do hella damage on you type of character, yeah, people are gonna pick that character, and he does 1,000,000 damage. So, but I think people would have been happier with Human Reptile than Baraka. But I understand Baraka had some significance in the story mode. Totally get it. I wouldn't, if it was up to me, I wouldn't replace Baraka with Reptile. I would replace Collector with Reptile. He didn't do anything, and I'm sorry for the 10 Collector fans on the planet, but nobody really plays the character. There's a few people that like him, but he's very, very, very uncommon. He's very, very, very underutilized, very uninteresting. Like, you can have him as a character exist in the universe and in the story without making him a playable character, because he didn't really do anything. He didn't really add anything. He's not that interesting, and I would have much rather had Reptile. But I know they probably put a cap on the ninjas and said we're not gonna have 1,000 ninjas in this game, even though that's literally all I ever wanted. But anyway, even some of the moves, right? Like I was showing with the fucking rattlesnake slide and the acid pour and the fucking Shang Tsung literally has Reptile slide. Like, you telling me this fucking pounce can't be a Reptile move? Aside from the part where he stabs you with the fucking blades that Reptile doesn't have, you can't tell me this couldn't be a Reptile move, the pounce. And it's a grab, it's a command grab, and you EX it and he fucking spits acid in your face or something, and it does DOT. Like, you're telling me that couldn't be a move? The same with this move, right? Except for him sticking his blade in your leg or whatever, just a fucking low grab or something. I thought this was the one. Oh no, I'm thinking of this. You telling me that couldn't be a Reptile move? That couldn't be a Reptile, like for real? Like, even his fucking little helmet that he has in his gear looks like Reptile's fucking MK11 helmet on his second costume or his first costume. I don't know. But I'm just saying, man, there's a lot of semblance of Reptile left over in this game, right? There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it, man. Like, what is this? Look at this shit. I don't know what that is, but it looks like some Reptile shit. I don't know what that is. Not to mention, Spawn literally has Reptile's invisibility. It's in the game. His invisibility is in the game. Not to say that I don't even think you would give Reptile invisibility if you put him in the game. But I just think that they haven't done Reptile justice in a long time. I think MKX, they did not do him justice. I think they just threw him in that game and said, because if you look at his 3 variations, you gave him the only one that took any kind of thought process whatsoever was the stink one, noxious Reptile, right? That took a little bit of thought process, a little bit, but not even that much, because it was like, hey, he does DOT because he stinks, and then he can do the stink move and do more DOT, and that was kind of it. And he can EX stink to do more DOT, and like, that was it. And the other variation was Flash trait from Injustice. Literally copy and pasted the Flash trait from Injustice. And then what was the other variation? Oh, he can turn invisible. Every variation was based on one move. Like, they really didn't put no effort into the character, which sucks. And I think if you revert him back to Human Reptile, you get a lot more, like, he gets more interesting, at least to me. You don't have to weigh it. Like, you can still give him the Reptile like moves and shit with the clawing and the fucking acid spitting and all that. Yeah, that's who he is. But you can still have other shit. He doesn't need to be Baraka. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to be super feral character, super wildebeest type fucking wild animal character. He can be like a little more human. You know what I mean? Like, that was the thing. Reptile wasn't like, he wasn't cool because he was a reptile. He was cool because he was like a human being, but he was actually a reptile. So it was like he fought all that shit like a person. Then he would do some reptile shit. You'd be like, whoa, what the fuck? What is that? It wasn't just he's an alligator who you fight. Like, fam, I don't want Saberwolf in Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? I don't want his whole character to be that, oh, he's a reptile. Like, nah, like, as backwards as it sounds, I think him being a human makes him more interesting. And I don't know. But anyway, I don't want to talk too much. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree? I think there's a huge missed opportunity with Reptile because you know there's moves that he's always gonna have no matter what, right? Like he's always gonna have his force ball or his fireball. Well, his acid spit is like his fireball. He's always gonna have his force balls. He's gonna have his slide. You can even give him the fucking dash move. Like there's like 3 universal moves you throw in there. He already got a slide in here. Give him a fucking pounce. Like, it's really, a lot of the shit is already just there, man. Like, a lot of it's here. You would not need to do that much to make Reptile, to put Reptile in this game. And I think it would have made so many people happy. And it would have just made it would have made, I don't know, it would have made the roster a little more interesting. Because when I look at the roster for this game, I don't get excited. Like, I don't hate the roster in this game. But MK9 had the best roster of any MK game. Free. It's not even close. But like, nobody gives a fucking shit about Devore. Nobody gives a shit about Collector. Like, Gearus's plot device was cool. Centrion's plot device was cool. Like, it's just Baraka. Nobody gives a fucking shit about. You could have got rid of. You can get rid of Jackie too, but I wouldn't. They wouldn't get rid of Jackie and add a villain. So they wouldn't do that. But yeah, other than that, man, like. I think he could have squeezed. And hey, maybe they're still adding characters to this game. I'm talking like the game is done because I don't know. But they could definitely still add more characters. People have data mined the game and seen their more files in the future. And even Ed Boon himself, when somebody talked about adding Molina for Combat Pack 2, he said, well, that will be Combat Pack 3. So maybe, you know, Combat Pack 3 ain't decided yet. And fucking we can throw Molina and Reptile in there. I'm down if y'all down. But hey. Let me know what y'all think. Again, I know this video is way different from the content I usually do, but I have a lot of ideas and theories about characters who I think should be in the game or how other characters who might be added to the game would play, like play style. And I don't know, if y'all like those kind of videos, let me know. If you leave a bunch of likes on this video or comments, I'll do more different kind of videos like that, like this as well. I think it's really cool because I love Mortal Kombat, like not just the gameplay wise, like I like the lore and shit. Like I know, like you know what I mean? Like I research like the lore of the games and stuff like that. So I like the roster, the characters, except for fucking Kung Lao. Kung Lao doesn't bring anything to the game, story wise or gameplay wise. I hate him. Get rid of him. Let Liu Kang just be the chosen one. He in love with Katana. Get rid of this motherfucker. He ain't with Jade anyway, so. What does it matter? But anyway, man, yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. If y'all want me to stream on Twitch, give me the 50 followers on Twitch, twitch.tv/J_S_F. Other than that, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all stay safe and subscribe for more content.